Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am joined right now by listen to this, the defending Cage Warriors middleweight champ. Now, how does that sound?
I think you forgot the word king as well. That's what I got called
Ooh.
today in the Cage Warriors post. The middleweight king. I like that.
Ooh, okay.
That's got a nice ring to it, isn't it, John?
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It'll do, won't it? So it's not too bad.
I'll take that.
But man, let's talk about that then. Obviously, not a bad way to go. Not a bad fight. He'll do. He'll win a title. So what? Big whoop, big deal. But what was the emotions of you winning the title, man? Let's just talk about that.
Do you know what? It was probably the least emotion it looked like I was shooting the fight. I just keep seeing myself here, and it goes the light obviously is.
Yeah, the light. Yeah, do you know what it is? You're glowing. You're a glowing.
King vibe.
That's what I'm thinking. It is.
Fucking king.
It's the king status.
Yeah.
No, girls, it's a Snapchat filters is gone.
Yeah. It looked probably like a little bit like the emotion wasn't as much, but it was purely because when I put that headed arm choke on, I already knew I won.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was weird. Like, you just know, like, I'd done that. I've submitted people with that in competitions, and when I knew that was locked up, I was like, I've won. I was waiting for the tap. I knew the tap was coming. And most times in fights, like, especially like past fights, catching people with like hands and, sometimes even rear naked chokes, people are pretty good at defending and fighting out, even though I know I get them. Like, there's always, you're never certain, but that was just like, that's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just felt locked up. There was no space.
It was just like, it was on, and then I just was celebrating my head in and waiting for it. It was the best. It's the best moment of my career, and I'm gonna go as far as saying it's probably the best moment of Chris's career too.
I know there was both. I saw the pictures of the pair of you putting together. Like obviously the lads were putting on contrasting pictures. You champ, him, the champ, and all that. And,
yeah.
It was you taking the mantle. You've taken his previous title, and obviously the gym changing over as well. Was it K? Yeah. KT now? Is it they called it?
No, we're KF.
KF, damn it! There you go, KF. And
KF martial arts.
Yeah, it's a new fancy little design, all that jazz going on. But also, I see another couple of initials there, GK on the top there. Jake, is it not?
What are you talking about? This here?
Top, yeah.
Yeah, this is Gym King. Yeah, they give me a little sponsor. I thought you meant you saw something in the gym. Some of the lads put on the door where I like pretty much spend a bit of time. They put on the door there GK, and I switched it over to JK. So I call myself the Gym King, like JIM.
Yeah, you got a little Gym King, and obviously I saw you and Autumn training together as well, fitness and conditioning and stuff like that. We'll call him Pillow Puncher Autumn.
Yeah. When was that? I can't think what day it was. Maybe Wednesday. We were training together. Yeah, we'd do some conditioning. So, he's fighting week before me, and both our head strength and conditioning coaches are away. Mm-hmm. So we just got in with another one of the guys, organised this little session. So it was good. It's nice to do it with someone sometimes, like you.
Yeah.
You push each other almost, So
yeah,
it was a solid workout. So it was very good.
When you do it on your own, the strength and conditioning coach isn't doing it, and he's just telling you to do more, and you're like, dude, are you doing more? No, you're just stood there telling me to do more. How about you do this, and then let me see you do more?
My strength and conditioning coach knows that he can't do what I do, and he knows he can't do the conditioning, but I listen to everything he tells me to do, and it does pay off. I actually never do think you do this, but I know he can't do that, but he's not looking to be able to do what I do, so I just think, obviously different sports require different fitness levels, but I don't. To be fair, I actually enjoy training by myself. Like, I don't really have much of a life, John, in Dublin. So all I end up doing is training,
And so it's something to look forward to. It's a good way to,
I don't even actually look forward to it, mate. It's just I don't know what to do, mate. It's Friday night, right? It's Friday night, and I'm staying here the weekend. I'm staying in Dublin, and it's Friday night, and I'm just I've done my training for the day. You know, I've done some some rounds earlier, and then I've done some conditioning this afternoon, and then I've just been just sitting in the clinic. I've got nothing to do, and I normally go home and see my missus, and I just can't, and I'm just here doing nothing. And she's like, "Oh, why don't you go cinema?" And I'm like, "The cinema's in like the next town. I just can't be bothered to get a fucking bus and
Yeah, can't bother moving.
well, no, yeah, obviously there is stuff I can do if I want, but like I'm really realistically just fucking sitting in here just for the rest of the night."
And you're with me, hey?
And chatting to you, you know.
Exactly.
Which is,
I'm the same as you. I worked out today. I did my cardio, did my weights, and then I'm just physically can't remember what else going out. And I thought I'll have a chat with you.
yeah, have a chat. Yeah, why not? Take some time away.
Exactly.
But, yeah, that's how I see it, man. Like this is, I'm not like I actually love the train. I love training. I love training. I can't put that across enough. I love training. Like I try and aim to do. Like I said to you earlier, I try and aim to do anything between 12 and 15 sessions a week. I absolutely love it. But this is work as well, you know. So like,
yeah, it's a job. Yeah.
It's my job to do this, you know. So like, there is that little bit of like discipline sometimes because there is days like today. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm at the end of my week. I'm bollocks, you know. Like I am bollocks, but you have to go and do it, you know. But like early on in the week, I'm just trying to do everything I can. 3 tough sessions normally a day. I'm trying to get in, you know. Actually, Chris on Wednesday told me not to do training. He was like, "Don't go and do that." He's like, "What is wrong with you?" I had a chat with him actually last night. I stayed at his last night. He's been letting me crash at his quite a lot, which is it's great, right? Obviously, I feel like I'm intruding on him, you know. But he was saying to me, he's like, "Mate, just stop doing so much, would you?" Like, I'm worried about you. I'm like, no, I'll be all right. I'm sound. But I love it. At the same time, I fucking love it. You know, like it's not like I'm forcing myself to do it. I love it.
No.
You know? So yeah. Anyway,
And it's learning. It's learning as well, though, isn't it? Because like when you're training, you're learning because you're learning new things. So part of it is that, especially like jiu-jitsu, you get a new technique. You're like, oh, I can't wait to do this again. Or you get a little sneaky takedown, a little trick that you learn.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Like, I only find that actually happens if you're doing classes, and I do still do a lot of classes, you know. So I don't just spar every fucking day, you know. Like I do a lot of classes. Like we do our separate sparring and our pro team sparring and our pro rounds. But I'm at the classes. I'm at like not all the jiu-jitsu classes, but most of the jiu-jitsu classes I attend. I attend the MMA classes. When I'm back home, I do classes. You know, like that's where you learn. You don't really learn in the sparring. When you're sparring, it's a game stuff, isn't it? You know.
Yes.
Depending on who's in the room with you, you know, you can always find a little rest round maybe where you can try some stuff. But I find the classes for me, and that's what I think my improvement keeps like shining, is because I am putting myself in those positions still. Like I'm still trying to learn constantly, you know. Like I'm not like, oh hey, this is me and I'm done. Like I'm happy to go and train in any class, you know. So that's the improvement. I don't even know where that conversation went there.
No, because you talk about training, but we talk about training and improvement. You think about you do the pro stuff, but the guys that you train with, they've got their A game. You start to learn their A game a bit, and then when you go to the classes, the people who you train with that you don't, the new faces, they've got different A games, so you get to see a different angle. That's what you really want. You want different A games, so you can go, okay, I'm going to take a bit of this. Tell me what you did, and then when you go to train with the other guys, you may bring that A game.
Yeah, I just think it goes back to what you were saying actually about, you know, when we were saying about, you know, being put in like uncomfortable situations to gain that comfort. Again, I think the more people you train and surround yourself with and take, like, you know, like the more people, like the more bodies I train and spar with, the more you get to feel different pressures, different passes, different strikes, different everything, you know. So it's never a shock or it's never new, you know. So. Well, it's new the first time it happens, but after that, you've learned it, you know.
You got Nathias coming. I believe it's pronounced Nathias. I might be saying his name incorrectly. Nathias Frederick, but who will be stepping up to face you. What do you think of your opponent? Have you seen anything of him?
We haven't really looked too much as of yet, you know. Like, obviously, he's a good opponent. Like we've checked, like obviously who he is, the record and all that. Like, he's a good opponent for good guys. on a bit of a winning streak, but like I think I've said it to you many times. Like now, like that, this fight's like based on my performance. Like,
Yes.
I'm not too worried about like what he's going to come look to do. Like, if I was worried about that, then obviously we shut my own game down. I'm going out there to do me, you know. And as a top trump, I believe in all facets. I beat that, you know. I win everywhere, you know. Like, the only thing I keep seeing people say is, well, not people, like team. They're like, oh, Nathias Frederick to win by KO. I actually appreciate that they know that's the only way he can beat me, because like my gran can beat me that way. She can come out and knock me out. Do you know what I mean? They know that's the only way they're beating me. Like, that's it. You know, like, and that's the chance of that happening is the same with anyone. And you know, I've got hands too. And
well, you've shown that, yeah. Well, you've shown it on the big stage. You know, it's like,
do you know what I mean? I don't mind fighting. I don't mind having a little fucking swinging contest.
Yeah.
Like, so like that, you know, I said a bit of that. Like, you know, he's going to KO James Webb, blah 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 blah. But you know, that's the threat with everyone that I fight. You know, I'd be a little bit worried if someone said he's going to take him down or submit him. Well, actually, I wouldn't be worried. I'd just be like, all right, we'll see.
Yeah, but I like to see that. Yeah, that's what you look forward to.
You know, like, he's a good opponent at the end of the day. He is a good opponent, and I'm looking forward to. I like to fight good guys. Like, I'm not trying to pad a record. I've been fighting good guys. I've spent most of my career on Cage Warriors. They've given me guys constantly that have been higher ranked than me, more experienced than me, and I've constantly shown why I'm the champion. Yeah. And I will do that again in 3 weeks tomorrow. I will do that. I will put my A game on Nathias, and I will win that bout, and I will finish the fight. Like, I will finish the fight. Like, I'm not there to go and do 25 minutes of fighting. I am there to get in and finish that fight, and however it comes, I don't even know how that fight's going to go. I don't care how the fight goes. I just know that I'll win it. You know, that's it. And I'll continue to prove that the middleweight division at Cage Warriors and this side of the world is my division, you know?
Well, that's the thing. You've shown that you can, you know, your submission last fight, you finish with your hands. That offers a horrible threat to an opponent coming to face you, because if you were, for example, you know, throwing a couple of strikes, closing distance, taking someone down, they can kind of work their way around. They can, you know, they can try to think of a game plan for that. But because now you're offering too much of an option to finish fights, this Nathias now has to take into consideration all aspects. And obviously he's stepping in. I think it's his Cage Warriors debut, 5-round fight, title fight, big lights. There's a lot for him to consider. And obviously yourself, you know, you've had that kind of big lights moment. You stepped in for the title fight. You stepped up. You went up to the plate and you took it and you owned it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
definitely. And it was a good performance, mate. You know, I think everyone at home would admit that, because your opponent, Thomas, legit dude. He's a bad man. He's a good fighter, man. I really like Thomas. In fact, he's a really nice guy as well. Really, really.
He is a nice guy. Yeah, he was a really nice guy, and he is a good fighter. He's a solid opponent. Actually, I think that really comes down to Cage Warriors again. Like, they do match guys well, you know. Like, I'm looking forward to the bout itself. You know, like, it's going to be a good fight. Like, he's definitely not there to be beat. You know, as such, no. He will be beat, but he's not there to be beat. Like, he's coming to fight. You know, and that's what again, like, that's what I want my career to look like and stand for. You know.
Like, exactly. Well, I think being a champ of Cage Warriors, it's almost difficult to get a can. Do you know? It'd be really, the only way it can ever happen is if the day of the weigh-ins, the dude is, you know, falls over, cuts his head open, and they go, "Oh my gosh!" And he pull whoever, you know, some guy that's there that could step. You know what I mean? That's like that's the only time you could think it happened. Because, like, if you look at that card that you're on, and you look at the matchups, it's disgusting, the talent level. You know, it's just disgusting, the level of guys that are fighting each other, and you know, and that just kind of, like you said, Cage Warriors won't do you know, we won't give someone a gimme fight. You know, it's awesome to watch it.
They're real fights. They're real fights for the fans, and they're real fights for the fighters. Like, there's a reason. There's a massive reason. a lot of guys are going to the UFC from Cage Warriors, and that reason is that they're all battle tested. We're battle tested. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you go there, it's not a shock. I know so many cans of piss from the UK and even Ireland now, who aren't battle tested but think they are, and then when they get someone, they're going to have a shock. Do you know what I mean? They will have a shock.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I know a guy, one in particular, who was meant to fight in Cage Warriors, and he pulled out injured. And but I looked at his record, and he just thought he was with one particular promotion, and they gave him which I'll tell you the fighter. The guy's called. His surname is a colour. He's a lower weight class than you, so don't worry. I'm not saying don't worry, like be scared. I think it's Tom Green, I believe his name was, something like that.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of someone else there, but nah, it's all right.
Yeah, there is a few guys like but I know about them. We see them on the UK scene. Some people don't, because obviously when people step in the Cage Warriors, if they've not followed Cage Warriors and they've never seen, they won't know that maybe people's career outside of it. So, but yeah, there are guys out there, and it's annoying because you think, dude, it's not boxing. You can't pad your record until you get to like 20-0, and all of a sudden you start getting these better fights. MMA doesn't offer that. You should just get in and just take your licks with your wins, because it's a learning curve every day. MMA is so variable in the way it can finish. It's a rough sport, but it's a beautiful one as well.
Yeah, it is a beautiful sport. Like, there is an art to it. There is so many ways to finish. To lose, to win, but that's the excitement. That's what I'm there for. You never know what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? You just don't know.
No, you don't.
You might see me do some Spider-Man flying armbar shit. I don't even.
Yeah, or like that Demetrius Johnson one with the back take to the armbar.
I've actually been known to be like Demetrius Johnson in the gym many times. Like, Chris will back that up. A few of the lads will back that up, like running over the walls. I can't do that shit. But hey, if it's there, maybe I'll look for it. A little backflip off the cage. Whatever.
Yeah, why not? Or like a crane kick, Karate Kid style.
Yeah. Nah. Might just stick like potentially off the cage into a flying guillotine, or like a. Ooh. Like a fucking, what they call it? I'm sure it's like a wrestling move, like a DDT.
Suplex, like a DDT, yeah, suplex or a DDT or something.
Yeah. I've got that in the locker, trust me.
Yeah, you could do like a RKO.
Yeah. That's what all that prowler pushing's good for.
Yeah, RKO out of nowhere, done it, smashed it. That'd be it. That's what people want to see. If someone ever did that in an MMA fight, I would probably support them being my favourite fighter of all time.
Yeah,
Because it works. Wrestling's not fake.
Something different, eh?
Yeah, it is. And look, man, I can't wait. Honestly, obviously when I saw that they were going to do a big card, I knew you would be in the mix for it, and obviously you're on there, and it's a hell of a card. Like, Graham, I don't know how he's going to structure that, but it's going to be ridiculously good fun. And folks at home, you can tune in on. Is it BT Sport? Yeah, it's BT Sport.
No, it's not, mate. It's not. It's UFC Fight Pass now.
UFC Fight Pass. Oh, I bloody forget. Yeah. And it's UFC Fight Pass. Get Fight Pass, folks. It's cheap as chips. It's £7. I think that's the equivalent of a pint of lager these days. How dear beer is. I don't know. I haven't drank for so long. I don't know, but apparently it's really expensive. So it's probably about one.
To have a beer, that I can't wait to have a drink.
Oh yeah, like a little. Do you have like a bit of lemon in yours? Make it a bit softer for you or something.
I don't know. I'll start with a cocktail probably.
Oh yeah, well yeah, mojito or something. Yeah.
I'm up for a strawberry daiquiri.
Oh, yeah, classy.
I don't mind that sometimes. Strawberry daiquiri. Maybe I'll move on to a gin and tonic. Slimline. Who knows?
Slimline, of course. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Nah, just I haven't been out on the booze for a long time. Well, not a long time, but for a good couple of months now. I haven't really been out drinking too much heavy. I don't really do that anymore. But I can't wait to
celebratory drink.
So yeah, well, actually not even that. I always find that hard after fights, but just to get away with my missus again and gonna like just chill for a week, just like it's nice just to be with her and shut away the world.
And shut off the fight game focus.
Yeah, exactly. Eat some food and have a few drinks. That's what I'm sort of living for, So
and watch rom-coms. and just say, "That's us, babe. That's
All
us."
right. I don't watch. Well, actually, do you know what? Yeah, why not? Watch
And
it.
sing,
There's
yeah,
no
sing
point.
Disney, sing Disney films with her as well. Yeah, yeah.
There's no
I
point
can
trying
see you
to
do
keep.
Moana.
Yeah, there's no point trying to keep making out that you're the tough guy, is it? You know, I don't mind that. A little bit of rom-com. Celine Dion, that's actually not a lie. I would put that on any day of the week and listen to.
Yeah, my mum used to play that when I was younger, and she used to try. Well, I say try and sing it. She killed the bloody thing. Bloody hell! I think the CD player used to want to stop whenever she started singing. What's it called? What's that film? Oh, Frozen 2. There's going to be a Frozen 2. Something to get excited about.
I think that's a kid film, though, so that's a little bit. I haven't
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I don't know. Maybe you got kids there. I don't know. I'm not too sure where you want to watch Frozen.
Well, it's a masterpiece, you know.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't seen that yet. I won't stoop to that level, you know.
Not yet. No.
Not yet. You know.
Yeah, it's just downtime for you though. That's what you're looking for. It's just like switch off, and then you could come back after your week off and refocus again and go, cool, next challenge. Let's see where we're going next.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's the plan, John. You know, so that is the plan. I'll have like a couple of weeks off after the fight. Spend time with my fiance now. I'll then be back in Dublin, and like I said, it's work here, mate. It's work, so you have to work all year, and we'll see what is ahead of me. You know, whatever it is ahead. I'm more than ready. I'm more than capable to do it. So
I can't wait to watch this. I can't wait, mate. It's going to be awesome to watch you throw down again. But as always, before I let you go, give me not sponsors. No. Give me your social media first.
Poderoso MMA on Instagram. James Webb MMA on Twitter. And Facebook, I just don't really accept anyone's friend requests, so just don't worry about it.
I know you're not on a fight. You get a fighter page on Facebook, and then people.
I do have a fighter page. Page. James Webb MMA.
Because you can link it up to your Instagram and just. Do you know what?
I do that.
Yeah, same time to do post it twice in it. It's just like happy days. Link it up. Can't be arsed.
Save all that fucking copy and paste on it.
Exactly. I don't have the podcast. I can't be bothered.
That's such an effort nowadays to copy and paste on a smartphone, eh? Jeez.
It is, mate. You know, I'm too busy. I'm too busy looking at other stuff. And what about your
kids films? It seems like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let it. Mate. Watch Moana. You gotta watch Moana.
Maybe I'll check it. We'll see. Sponsors are Stephen Webb and Sunroofing, Jay Putney and Sun Construction, players Simon Higgins, my chef, Team KF Martial Arts, that's Chris and Tom, ZR Team UK back home at Alan. Those guys have been making me the fighter I am, so they always get a big shout out. They're a massive part of who I am now and who I will be. And then the Irish Strength Institute for all my conditioning, from my head coach Adam, just for putting me through my paces and let me crash in the clinic sometimes where I am now.
Look, James, have an awesome fight. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Thanks as always, mate.
No, thank you, mate. I really appreciate the calls, mate. Thank you there. I was just dreading sort of tonight being alone and not having no one to chat to. So you brightened my evening up now. So
you brightened us up. You brightened ours with your Snapchat filters.
That's what the king does. The king brings the fucking glow. Remember that.